welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today we are doing our monthly anticipated books, and this time it's for March. So let's just jump into it. I think I have 14 books that I'm anticipating. Like, I am definitely wanting to read. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them, but I do want to read them. So let's begin at the beginning of March. Our first book is Chef's Kiss. It comes out March 1st. It is a graphic novel, and it's a Killian or a male romance novel. Love those. So Chef's Kiss is about Ben, who is a graduate from the English, he's English graduate. Wow, cannot talk. So he just graduated and he's looking for a job in his passion, in his field, which is writing and reading. But all of the interviews he has been on, no one wants to hire him because he doesn't have any experience in the field. So he needs a job because, again, he just graduated. So he just is walking one day, and I think he passes a for hire sign, and it says no experience needed. It's a chef. So he's like, I just need a job. So he takes it. He gets hired, and he's not really that bad at being a chef in the kitchen. And he's also falling in a crush love with another dreamy chef named Liam. And he starts losing focus on what his real passion was, which was writing and being in the English department, and leaving his friends behind just to focus on this food career, mainly because of Liam. So it's just I think it's a coming of age, trying to figure out, do you do love or career, or can you balance it? And it just seems so cute. Again, I can't wait for this one. It comes out March 1st, and I am here for it. Another book coming out March 1st is Ready When You Are by Loansborough. I think that's how you say his name. And this is a YA coming of age, a Killian romance. This tells the story of Jackson. Jackson is an Aboriginal. I think it's Aboriginal, how you say it. And he is thinking of Christmas. He's going to be being with his annoying cousins, his aunties, hanging out with all his friends. And then a mysterious boy comes into his town, or I think starts living with him, and he starts questioning what's going on around him. He also has a very deep secret that he hasn't acknowledged. So this is about one boy, Jackson, who doesn't want to be acknowledged or be gay, even though he is. And then we have another boy who just wants to find family and be himself. And it just sounds so wholesome. And I'm just here. I did not do that any justice, but I will say that I've heard some really great things about this book, and I can't wait to read it. The last book that comes out March 1st is Night Shift, or The Night Shift. This is a thriller. So we have I think it's in the Y2K era. It started off in the Y2K era. And there's this Blockbuster. Remember when Blockbuster was a thing? Oh my gosh, I think there's only one Blockbuster left. Is it in Alaska, or is it Airbnb? It's beside the point. Sorry, I'm rambling. So it starts off at a Blockbuster, and it's 4 teens who are working the night shift, and they're about to get ready to close up, and they get attacked, and only one survives. And we then find out that The police think it's one of the victims' ex-boyfriend or boyfriend at the time who committed this horrible massacre, and he went on the run. Now it's 15 years later, and a ice cream parlor has the same exact attack. There are 4 teens massacred on the night shift. And so now we have things lining up. But we have 3 lives involved in the story. We have the victim who survived the massacre at Blockbuster 15 years ago. We have the accused fugitive's brother who says that the police have the wrong person. And then we have an FBI agent, her name is Sarah, and she's diving deep into this, trying to figure out if A, they have the wrong person, B, who the person is, and C, if this massacre 15 years ago is also with the massacre that happened at the ice cream parlor. So I am ready for this. I am trying to hold off. Yes, I really want to read this. It sounds so good. So yeah, that's all of March 1st. So let's go on to the next book. So I have 3 books that come out March 8th. And the first one is Lake Noor. This is about 2 non-binary teens who are trying to keep a magical underwater city a secret. So we have Bastion and Noor. Bastion has always lived above the water, above the lake, and he's known about this magical city. I don't know how. But then he meets Lore, and Lore has only been to the magical city once, and I'm guessing he's with Bastion. But it changed their lives forever. Now we have the teens 7 years later. They haven't spoken to each other because of something that happened in their past, and they must trust each other again to save and keep the secret of the magical city that's underneath the lake water. I am here for it. I am ready for the magic. I am ready for maybe some angst and maybe some love, just love. So yes, that comes out March 8th. Our next March 8th release is Circus Infinite by Wong. And this just sounds so good. It's basically a circus that takes down a crime boss. That's all I need to know. That's all I needed to know. Do you see that? Do you see that? That covers, he looks really good. But yes, a circus taking down a crime boss, I am here for it. Especially it's in space. That's all you need to know. A circus taking down an intergalactic crime boss on a place called Pleasure Moon. Just give it to me. The last book is And Then They Lived. Look at that. That is such a beautiful cover. Yes. Okay, so And Then They Lived is about Chase Author, and he is going to college, and he's trying to get this mentorship because he wants to be an animator, and he loves love. He then meets a boy named Chase, and Chase is a poet, a poet? Yeah, a poet. And he has to deal with these questions of his gender and his sexuality, while also trying to go against his ex-best friend for his mentorship, and then Chase. It just sounds like a whole bunch of drama, and I am loving drama at this moment, so I need drama in my life. I am here. And I'm trying to figure out if he wants to do love and then just throw away his career, or if he's going to have his career and eat some cake as well. I didn't do any justice, but it sounds so good. And I am here for good Achillean mess. So we have March 15th. And this one this first one is basically a crime novel. It's by Peter Swanson and it's called 9 Lives. This is about 9 people who get this like junk mail with 9 names on it, including their own. And they don't know any of these names besides their own. But each one just happens to die in a mysterious way. So we have, I think, a detective or the FBI trying to figure out what the connection is between these 9 names, how to stop the killings, and who or what is killing. Yes. Another book coming out on the 15th is the Book of Cold Cases. We have a crime blogger who has been very fascinated in the lady killer murders. But basically, it's about 2 men who were murdered by a woman, but she was acquitted of both of the murders. So she's been very fascinated in this woman. So she gets the opportunity to basically interview her about these murders. And she, like, as the interviews go on, she feels like she's like very much in touch with this woman, but she doesn't know if she is being friends with a manipulative killer or there's something going on in that house that might be what killed those men. I don't know. I think she killed them. But I'm here for like a mystery. If it's spiritual, maybe. I don't know. But I will be reading this because it sounds amazing. So coming out March 16th is The Savage by Sophie Lark. And this is book 5 of the Kingmakers. And I'm just like ready because this is about Sophie and Adric. Yes, I'm ready for like the toxic relationship. I'm ready for angst. I am just here for the Kingmakers. So be on the lookout for that because that comes out March 16th and it's just gonna be amazing. The only book I'm anticipating coming out March 22nd is Kiss and Tell. Look at that. Okay, so this is about a boy band boy. And it's about how his first breakup, a rebound he's having, and being queer in the public eye while in a boy band. I'm just here for it. I already pre-ordered it. So everything else is coming March 29th. Like all these books, March 29th. So let's just, it's a lot. So let's just get to it. Our first book is What Happened to the Bennetts. And this is, I'm thinking, a thriller because we have a family that has been attacked by a gang or organization and they have to be put in witness protection. And so they go to witness protection, but they realize that like nothing's happened. Like they still fear for their lives. Their family, again, the whole family has changed. So now they have to choose between wanting justice for what happened to them or doing the justice themselves. And I know what they chose. An eye for an eye. And I am here again for some good angst, maybe some blood. I don't know. It just sounds so good, especially when like you have like, I think it's the head of the family. He's the one who's just like, you know what? F this. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to bring justice to our family. I'm going to get those men. Say less. The next book is So This Is Ever After. This is supposed to be like a hilarious like rom-com Achilleum. So we have Arik. Arik has been on this like big quest to save his kingdom from this evil king, and he actually does it very funnily. And then so like, yeah, he's like, okay, well, I did it, I saved it. Now we just need to get the queen, or the princess who's going to become the queen, on a throne. But she is in a tower, so they have to go find her. So temporarily, Matt, his best friend, is like, hey, why don't you just get on the throne while temporarily, because we need someone on a throne, and we'll go get the princess from the tower, and then once she comes in, we'll just switch you guys out and then call it a day. So Arik is like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good plan. I'm gonna do it. Well, it just so happens that the princess is dead. So a temporary plan is now permanent, and he's on the throne. But what he didn't know, and what his best friend didn't know at the time, is that if you don't have a spouse by your 18th birthday, you're gonna die. So now time is of the essence. He then has to go find a spouse he has to go on a quest again, find a spouse, get married to that spouse, and he will live. But as he's trying to find a spouse in a very cringe way, he realizes that it's going horribly wrong. But there is love right in front of him. He just has to find it and open his eyes and see. And I already know it's gonna be him and Matt. And I'm here for it. I'm here. It sounds amazing. The next one is a historical horror, and I am like, it just sounds so good. It's called All the White Spaces, and it's set in Antarctica, I think. So basically this I think it's a polar bear expedition. Had to go through all of them. This polar bear expedition is on its way, and things just keep going wrong. There is this very creepy vibe that's happening amongst the men in this expedition, and they feel like something is stalking them. And something is definitely stalking them. Something is creeping up on them and killing them off one by one in very mysterious ways. So our main character, I think his name is Jonathan. Jonathan has to find out what's going on and then overcome his fear while also trying to survive in a very Arctic setting. And figure out what supernatural thing is creeping up on him, waiting in the shadows to just get him. And I'm just like, yes, bring it to me. I will never be going out there like that. I'm sorry. It sounds too, there's so many mysterious things in the world that I don't know and that the world doesn't know. And I'm not trying to be the first ones to see it or to live through it. Nah, I'm good. The last book for the 29th is The Shop on Royal Street. And this just sounds really good. It's a paranormal romance, I'm thinking. So we have Nola, and Nola is just like trying to take a drastic turn to her life. She's like, I just need something new. So she goes to New Orleans and buys a fixer-upper. But she realizes that the previous occupant is still there in spirit form. So she needs to figure out what's going on, and she can't communicate with ghosts. So she gets in touch with Beau. Beau? Yeah, I think it's Beau. Beau can communicate with ghosts, but he also has a dark past as well, and those two might be colliding. And I am here for a paranormal romance because I if you don't know, I have a series called Experiment in Terror, and that is a slow burn paranormal romance. It's just amazing. It's 10 physical books of the progression paranormal team and how they are getting together while fighting paranormal forces. Just sounds so great. And this one sounds good because this is supposed to be a spinoff, so I think it's the first of the series. And if this is the first of the series, that means there's more, obviously. But if I like this pairing, this could be another series that I can do. Hopefully I do like it though. But yes, that is it for the month of March for my anticipated reads. I want to know what you guys are anticipating for the month of March. Just comment down below what it is. And if it's like, give me the synopsis so I can figure out if I want that too. But my name is Lady Lauren Explorer. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you are having the best day right now. Like, just, I'm giving you air hugs right now. But I will see you guys in my next video. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Just come on so you can see more of me. But that's it. I'm rambling. All right, well, bye.